They say grief makes you weak. They've never met me. The day the bank teller told me my account was empty, the floor shifted under my feet. $60,000, 2 years of night shifts, gone. I stumbled outside, clutching the useless statement like it was a lifeline. Mom was leaning against Dad's car, sunglasses on, smiling. 60 grand? You weren't going to save him anyway. Dad didn't even blink. Vacations last. Kids die. I dropped to my knees on the hot pavement, not from defeat, from rage. That was the moment I decided they'd never stand in the sun again without a shadow. It wasn't always like this. There was a time I thought they loved me. When my son was born, I remember Mom holding him, calling him her little prince. Dad promised, "We'll always have your back." I believed him. But love turned conditional. Every request for help came with a tally of what I owed them. When my son got sick, they offered sympathy, not money. So I worked. Every overtime shift, every weekend. I told them nothing about the savings. I thought hiding it would keep it safe. I underestimated their greed. The first clue was a bank notification. Small withdrawal, $500. I told myself it was a glitch. Then $3,000. I called the bank. They said it was authorized, joint account access I didn't even know they had. My father's name was on the paperwork, my mother's signature beside it. I didn't cry, I didn't scream, I let my voice stay flat as I thanked the bank manager. Because fury is useless if it's not strategic. I started planning. First, I pulled every medical and financial record related to my son, made copies, stored them in 3 different places. Second, I traced every withdrawal. The destination? A luxury travel agency. Bookings for a Mediterranean cruise, 5-star hotels. I didn't cancel them, not yet. Third, I called my lawyer. Asked about elder financial abuse laws, fraud statutes, and civil claims. Turns out, draining funds meant for medical treatment can look very, very bad in court. Fourth, I played nice. I visited them. I smiled. I asked about their upcoming trip of a lifetime. I made sure to record everything. Mom bragging about the champagne suite. Dad joking about finally spending money on something fun. 3 weeks later, they boarded the cruise. I waited until they were in the middle of the ocean, no escape, before I moved. Step 1, froze their bank accounts, every last cent. The cruise line got an urgent fraud alert from their card issuer. Charges reversed. Their unlimited package downgraded to nothing. Step 2, forwarded my recordings, bank statements, and medical proof to the local news. Headline, Couple Steals Cancer Fund from Grandson for Vacation. Their faces plastered everywhere. Comment section, a public execution. Step 3, filed a criminal complaint and civil lawsuit simultaneously. Served them at the port the moment they docked. Cameras were there. Their humiliation went viral. The confrontation wasn't in some dimly lit living room. It was in a courthouse lobby, under fluorescent lights, the air thick with reporters. Mom's makeup was smeared, her hair limp. Dad's shoulders hunched like a man expecting a punch. "Why?" I asked, loud enough for the microphones. You wouldn't understand," Mom started. "I understand perfectly," I cut in. "You thought my son's life was worth less than your vacation." I handed the reporter next to me a photo of my boy in his hospital bed. They stole from him. The silence that followed was heavier than any shout. The trial was brutal. Every bank transfer, every receipt, every smug comment I'd recorded was played in court. The jury took less than 2 hours to decide. Guilty on all counts. I won the civil case, too. Every asset they owned was liquidated. The house, the car, even the boat Dad loved more than me. The proceeds went straight into a trust for my son's treatment. They left the courthouse in cheap clothes, clutching plastic grocery bags with what little they had left. I didn't follow them. I didn't need to. I knew every door they'd knock on would slam in their faces. My son's still fighting. Some days are harder than others, but he's getting the care he needs now. And every time I sit beside his hospital bed, I think about the day I fell to my knees outside that bank. They thought they'd broken me. They didn't see I was already sharpening the knife. Justice doesn't always come in the form of handcuffs. Sometimes it comes when the people who hurt you realize they'll never escape what they've done. And my parents? They'll never stand in the sun again without my shadow.